Hey Roadies, this is Adriana from roadiefreeradio. In this video, Larry talks to Mexico City-based sound engineer Carolina Anton. With over 15 years of experience, Carolina has worked with distinguished artists such as Kool and the Gang, Gloria Gaynor, Mon Laferte, and several more. As a strong advocate for women in the industry, Carolina also represents the Soundgirls organization in Mexico, working to support and empower women in the field of live sound. Now that we are a bit post-pandemic, let's venture back onto how COVID affected Carolina's career. In this short clip, she gets into how the pandemic was at first a 3-month vacation for her, as she would be on tour non-stop. However, once it started to become 4-5 months, she soon began to realize that her life and routine of touring and doing concerts had paused. If you want to hear more about Carolina, make sure to check out the full episode number 175 from February 16th, 2022. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subbing. Here are Larry and Carolina.
Let's go to like January, February of 2020. What were you doing, and what was on the horizon for you? 2020. What were you looking forward to doing? What was booked? What was going to be happening in your world?
Yeah, well, I'm going to cry now.
No. Usually people don't cry on this show until halfway through.
No, yeah, I was really happy because I was on the middle of the tour. I did a very huge festival here in Mexico that calls Vive Latino, and I was with a band there, and it was my last show. One day I just wake up and realize that all my activities, all my profession was stopped, and it was really hard because at the beginning it was like, oh, great, I'm going to be like 3 months in vacation. So it was great because I barely have vacation. But then, start like passing the time, and I just realized that it was not a vacation, that it's for real. And I was really worried because all my life was, touring, doing concerts, and everything that I knew, that I know, stopped. So that's the point that I just, start doing my own home studio, and making growth this project, and now I have a studio actually. So a very good studio that it's Atmos Studio. So I just start mixing and working with musicians because that's my life. So I thought that if I did something else, it was really sad for me, and I decided to turn the page and to think different, and survive and be happy and do the things that I want and that I like. But yeah, it was really really hard at the beginning. Yeah, on actually my last show was on March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my last show. So yeah.
Have you gone back yet?
Yes, little by little, because I don't have like too many shows now. It's really, like it's getting we are getting there, but it's really slow. But yes, I did some streamings like in 2021, and in on this year I have like small gigs. Yeah, but yes, finally I can make again live shows.
Yeah. What was it like the first show that you've done being back? What was it like for you?
Whoa, it was very exciting. It was really to remember and to be conscious that maybe it's the last one. So I just enjoy it like very much because for many years, like 15 years, I have been doing like these shows, live shows, and it kind of think you kind of think that like a routine. And I mean, every time I enjoy mixing the show, but because you know that tomorrow you are going to do another show and so on and so on. But now that we don't know if tomorrow we are going to do a live show, it was really like um, emotive and really like, like if that was my first show, I start like feeling that way.
I have to imagine that that's true, hopefully, for a lot of people who, as you say, you take it for granted. You've been doing it for 15 years. You get so in the grind and so in the weeds of waking up and doing it again and moving on to the next venue and going that, of course, you enjoy those couple of hours or few hours when you're mixing, but you don't approach it the same way as if it were to be your last gig for a while. So I imagine for a lot of people, that rings true. That
Yes.
now you don't know, right? I mean,
Yes.
all these states. I don't know what's happening in Mexico, but for us, all these cities and whatnot are starting to lift the mask mandates, and it's the middle of February, and who knows what March is going to look like, and so we could be headed for further heartbreak or not. But it definitely makes you appreciate the position that you get to be in and what you get to do more, I'm sure. What do you think, if you can speak to this at all? Like you said, right, when it first happened, when we first shut down for you, you thought, this is great. I'll get a 3 months vacation. Maybe I can work on something in my apartment or my house, or I can do X, Y, and Z. I can do some of those things that I didn't get to do. And I know people, certainly that I talked to on the show, had a sense of like, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to take care of myself. And so that when I get back out there, I'm ready to go. And I'll try to instill some things in my routine when I get back to work that will be there. What are some of those things for you personally that you started to think, okay, when I go back to this, I want to try to be or do X? And yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah.
What were those sort of personal things for you?
Yes, it's really interesting your question, because and important, I think. I start paying attention of what I eat because on the road, it's really difficult to eat properly,
Yep.
and to be healthy and to take care of um with your body. So yeah, I start cooking. That it's the thing that I don't like to cook. I actually, yeah, I don't like it, but I start paying attention to the things that I ate, and yeah, preparing.
Yep.
And it's really important because I start feeling very good in my health, drinking water, making exercise, sleeping like um, you know sleeping at all, because we don't sleep. So more than 5 hours, it's okay for me. uh yeah, so I start having like this routine, making exercise and have my breakfast and 3 meals in the day, and sleep very good. So I start feeling okay.
Mm-hmm.
um and I thought that maybe if we know what to eat, we can eat very good in the gig. You don't
Yeah.
have to to yeah, you have to pay attention, and you can find a very good balance on your health doing tour. Of course, it's difficult because we work at night. We can't sleep like very good. But
Yeah.
I think that we have like a balance. If you exercise and take care of your health, you are going to be able to mix or do better work, to have a best job. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that that's the main thing that I rediscover on during this um, pandemic.
Hey, what's happening, roadies? It's Larry here. Just wanted to thank you so much for listening to this short clip. I really hope you got something out of it. If you can take 2 seconds to head over to iTunes and drop us a review or a comment, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Keep listening, keep coming back, stay healthy out there, and remember, no roadies, no rock and roll.